Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Timberborn PERMADEATH. I will restate the rules, getting a bit boring now, but we will restate them anyway. We are only allowed to use this central piece of water. There is no more water on the map I am allowed to use, and that includes the aquifers. We banned those. It's 100 days of nice weather, 130 days of drought, and 130 days of bad water. In a new series, we are going to change that. That's too long for these episodes, but for now, we're going to run with it and deal with it. And where are we? We're in a really good place. We've got 6 water pumps taking water out of that first source, which then goes into this reservoir, and the sluice then flows into this one, which allows, when it fills, these 4 to take over, and that will fill this second one. And now, in the future, we have this really large one that's being built in the background. That's got 6 pumps on it, not to be used straight away. We'll probably only use 2 to allow 6, 4 and 2. And the water comes down here and fills up these sluices. This thing is going to take forever to build. And it's kind of like a project that is going to sit in the background where the beavers have nothing to do, because we do need to focus on metal resource and we need to focus on farming. The first thing we're going to do you know what? We're not. I was going to fill these holes up. The first thing that we're going to do is focus on this. By the end of this episode, I would like this to be operational. And let's jump in and make that happen. What's going on? There's a lot of hungry beavers. Oh, there's a lot of hungry beavers because there's no food. I say how I focused so much on that dam, I didn't realize they were starving, which is not great. Now, the only way I can fix that easily, right, first of all, let's open this sluice. I've just realized it was bad water. I didn't open it, which means this isn't filling. This is just recirculating through the reservoir. So now it's filling. And that will allow more water to come in, and the reservoirs are actually filling, which is what we want to do. And that will get the sluice to work because the water will fill. I can't believe I did that. I just forgot. And that's a problem because they won't have replanted this, which means they're not using the mangroves, but we have got no food. Okay, this is something I probably need to focus on rather than what I was planning on doing. We are going to do something pretty crazy. We're going to blow this open. If I do this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to delete it after. Let's create a backup solution if this fails. I'll set this to 80, just in case this fails. I don't really want to flood everything, but I do need them. God, this dynamite we can blow out as well, look. Okay. Oh, they're about, hold on. I don't want them to, right, let's, God, it's going wrong already, and I've only just started the episode. Let's get this working first, but we'll get this working first, and then we'll blow out, and then we'll get water down here, which means they can plant more crops. This is off to a horrible start. I just saw the little icons above their heads basically saying they were hungry. I'm like, well, then realising that they've got no food. Don't really need that happening. So while that's going on, has this been connected yet? No, they are still working on it. Metal blocks, okay. So they've nearly connected to our new district. Then we're going to be able to get that moving pretty quickly, but I want this to be done first. Because we are running out of metal blocks, and with this new reservoir that we've built here, it's pretty much all metal, and this aqueduct is all metal, and creating lots of problems for myself. Including the train line being metal too, and I'm running out of it very quickly. It's becoming difficult to get to those locations. Oh, we can blow this out. This is fine. We can add some more oak through there. Oh, this is ready to go as well. Okay. And this can be set to 80. And that will flood. How much will that flood? It will flood all this area in here. Not sure why I'd want to do it. I'm not going to. There's no reason to do it. Is this done? Oh my god. Okay. This episode started off horribly. This is not what I was planning on. That's for sure. This is what I was trying to avoid. I know I needed to create a farm, and I've kind of failed on that. So these guys are going to build that sluice, and then once that sluice is done, we can blow out. Is it done? Oh, of course it's not. One more. I bet it needs... Yeah, it does. Okay, that one piece is on its way. So let's start this and make it priority. Then that will blow out. And hopefully I'm going to be able to... This is ugly. Hopefully I'll be able to fix it later. I just need it to get the water around this area here. But it's still not going to be enough sort of food for them to get everything that they need. Oh, there it comes. That will allow them to plant those fields. Irrigation ditch that runs around the edge. Get some more crops in there. It's going to take a few days to grow. I'm dying of hunger now. Oh, this isn't great. This isn't great. But I'm going to ignore it. I have to ignore it because I have to focus. Look how quick they've built this. As soon as that... Oh, they must have got through on a path. There's no way they've built all of that since that's been finished. Well, I guess they might have done. Okay. Delete this one. Delete this one. And put a staircase in. They will never use that path, but we'll leave it in anyway. And all the power should be being delivered down here, which it is. I mean, they're making an amazing effort on building all this, which is great. Oh, and this is finished now as well. So we re-diverted this. This bad water went all the way down this river. You'll probably remember it on the previous episode, and it filled all of this. And I want there to be fresh water in here so the pumps can work, and then this will be farmland when we get the nice water to come into there, and I haven't quite worked out how to deliver that water yet. It might have to just come from this reservoir in the future. And if that's the case, I really need to plan. I really need to plan how this stays full of water. And it's got to come into this section. And this bit here is a bit wasteful. It just makes me think if I should extend the reservoir over it, because this is where the aquifers are. So I could extend that over. I don't know. I've got a lot of thinking to do on how I'm going to make this work. I mean, we could come in through here. You always want the water to be delivered to these areas as soon as possible, like day one of when the fresh water starts. You don't really want to have them to fill before the aqueducts take over. But this one's probably going to have to be an underwater stream, and it does work like the Romans designed when they worked out that if this is higher and this is lower, then the water pressure will push it out. And you have to be careful when doing that of creating crazy amounts of pressure. Okay. I'm going to close this one, I don't need it. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Where is this bad water coming from? Let's divert this bad water. We're going to divert this bad water out of here to get that land back. And let's make this a priority project. And then we can build one of these nice spiral staircases down here, which we can then create a pathway to here. We'll get this diversion fixed, and then we can look at creating more planting area. So we'll go up there, and just for ease, we'll go this way. I'll make this important. And if we put some staircases down, those existing farms will come down here naturally as well. Let's build a little bridge across here, and then we can make use of that land. We're going to have to create some more diverse food. That's part of the problem. we've lost a lot of beavers with this hunger thing. Not a rule. Permadeath is not a rule if one beaver dies of hunger. That would be impossible mode, I think, if we were to do that one. This episode is not turning out anything how I wanted it to be. I guess that's the state of the game. We'll add another farm here. And this water is going to flow down here. It could be tempting to build another water drop here. Or can I just feed it from here? Come down here. And then we're going to have an irrigation ditch around this edge here. We'll go under there, like that. And then we'll go around here. And then we will drain it there. And then this one we'll have the ditch run around here. And we will drain out there. And we'll follow this line here. Back into that. Let's make this dynamite a priority. Okay. Let them do that. Right, these need to be priority right now. They need to be out there getting all of that food. Same with you guys. Okay, they did a lot of dynamite in here. They did a lot. And we are going to utilize that. That's a 3. And then 2 is here. Set those up before I do it. Okay. And they can now not get to where they need to get to. Build that. Okay. Oops. We're going to make this priority. Because it will speed up the build. When they get to it. Kind of want to close down. I mean, there's not enough beavers, so I'm not really worried about doing that. Okay, let's have a look at this district in a little bit more detail. We are going to need birthing pods for this. And let's I'm at a bit of a loss with this whole settlement. It's a bit messy. But I guess we could. They do the birthing pods at the end of the day. And I don't want them to be basic ones, I want them to be adult ones. Or we could do a mixture of them both, that normally works quite well. So we'll put in two, I would do a little cluster there of those, and then create a line of these ones here. I kind of want a path to go down, so we'll do that there. Now with these we're going to need extract. Something like that. And then let's remove you and put in stair down to that level for the future. Put one there, don't know why. So we've got some birthing pods, but we are also going to need extract for them. We need berries for them, so we need to plant that and have a gatherer. I don't want there to be a lot of extract. No, I do not like that there. Maybe we could have it there. This is all going to be... How much is this going to be flooded? Oh, okay. This is a dumb design. This is going to be a dumb design, but you know what? Why not? It'll be interesting. And then, how deep is this going to be? It's, of course. Okay, let's remove this. And then let's build this. And then we can put back in what we just removed. And some water pumps. There we go. And you are going to be extract. And it will sit there, which means we need... This one here is going to be berries. I think they're all berries down there anyway, but we'll have another one. Let's fill that in for the future. There we go. We could have a little staircase there. Now this here needs to be... What we need to do here is build an overflow, just in case. Should never need it, but we don't want things to flood. And then we'll put in a cute little bridge. And some spiral staircase coming down from that level. There we go. It goes up there. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah. We'll put a path around it. And that all comes together quite nicely for now. That means we can flood this up to that level. And that will work quite nicely. How are we doing for food? Right, well, it's coming back up. It's probably because the mangroves are starting to grow. No, well, there's one mangrove fruit there, so we're getting some mangrove in, which is good. Got no berries. Let's blow this. Probably should have done that too, because this is going to have to go down. Kind of wasting my time here. Need to think about what I'm doing. This needs to go down too. There we go. That'll do that. No, that doesn't need to go down. Oh, see, this needs to go down to there, and then that's a 2. Those are 2. That's a 1. That's a 1. These are all 1s. And we need a underground. What are we doing? Need an underground. 1 for this. That's better. Okay, so this episode started out with a plan. That plan's been thrown out somewhat because the population got to a level where the food couldn't sustain it. And I've been saying for a while that's going to happen. I was fixated on water so much, I kind of forgot about the core problem that you get when you get too many beavers. And I've just been punished for it. What I need to do is we're going to get them to focus on terraforming this bit, because this is where we're going to have all of our storage for the district crossing. So after a district crossing, you need every single bit of material that this colony is going to need to advance. Okay, we've got wood, we've got planks, we've got treated planks, because that is the main industry coming out of here. We will have steel coming out of here. In fact, thinking about this, I'm probably going to want to keep the height on this front end because of the water. I don't think the water comes up this high though. I am not paying attention today, am I? I'm really not. The water doesn't come up that high. I need to start paying attention. Oh, I've just realised that the path is broken there. That'll help. So the district crossing is going to be here. I want them to build all of this area before I move beavers in. And they've got their train line now, runs all the way through here underground, and it's popping them out over here. It's pretty impressive actually. I'm pretty proud of that build. And I'm not very happy with anything that I've done over here so far. This is not really gone well for me. Or this will be plantable soon. Where's this one coming from? This one's coming from up there. Okay. We can easily block this off, which will stop that problem. So we just need to build a path down to that. That bad water then will stop coming down to here, which is good. And they are working on this. And there's actually quite a lot of oak trees there on the other side of that, which in the future we can definitely go and grab. So let's just set that up, and then they would get those valuable free wood, and I like that. That is useful to me. Okay, I feel like I'm a bit of a stalemate at the moment. The food's starting to come back in, which is good, but it's only going to hit 150 beavers again and then just fall off, which isn't ideal. But I'm going to let them build. And focus on the food problem a little bit later. It does make me think if I should just blow this whole area out, so I don't have to have stepped farming. What food shall I do? Oh, there's so many decisions to make. Actually, up here looks like better farmland. Looks like much better farmland up here. That's pretty good there. And maybe I can build another new district right next to this one here. I haven't really looked at the terrain. Where would a good farmland be? This is quite nice around here. This is very good up here. It's right next to this reservoir and the power. I think we're going to build a farming district here. This would make sense. We've got the reservoir right here to be able to give it water. We've got the power here, which will be able to drive all of the food factories. We won't do the hydroponic garden here, but we will do the food factories. What does that need? Fermenter. Okay. I'm going to build a new district here. We want it to be fed by the train. The train runs across here at the moment, but I could always... Is that the station here? Oh, is that perfect? Oh, that might be too good not to do that. And okay, I have to. That's happening. I think that is one of those wonderful mistakes. I think that is a wonderful mistake that's happened there. Let's see. Oh, it is. Is that too good to be true? It comes through there. And then it's going to go through there. It's going to carry on through there. And then it's going to come out the other side. Is that on the... It's one off. Okay. Let's destroy that tree. This is one of those happy little mistakes, so I'm going to be able to build a tube line all the way through that, underneath that reservoir. Sorry about that noise. My other microphone hit this microphone. I bet that sounded really weird. Oh boy, this has now got to one of those really awkward stages. I didn't want this episode to be like this. I wanted it to be... That can't be in line as well. Is that in line? I think that's in line. It is in line. Okay. It just gets like better. This is crazy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Oh, is that in the right place? No, it's not. Okay. That one and that one. And then we're going to go across this way. And then have a train line in place for our new district. I can't believe how that just luckily happened. That's great. I really should think about putting another train station on this side over here as well. It would make sense, and that does line up. So what we could do is put that in there and then have another thing there, and then put a train station on top of this thing and see how we get down. So we could go up to, put one of those amazing spiral staircases on and go in there. There we go. That's amazing. That's so good. I'm so happy with that. I'm not so happy with not being able to get up to that deck on across there though. That's not good. How could we solve this? Can we solve it? I don't think we can. I think we're too close. We'd have to blow that out with dynamite. Or that's not ideal, that. Trying to make a path through here. I've kind of messed that up for myself. We'll have to wait for that to be blown out and then we might be able to deal with that a little bit better. That's really awkward. Kind of want to get to that deck easily. Okay, well, we'll fix that in the future. We had a little bit of a beaver shortage on the build on all this stuff. That's why the building is slowing down. Got plenty of water, not worried about that anymore. This is coming along well. In fact, we are ready to blow this out. Of course, there is a one here. Delete that. And put that in place like that. There we go. Okay, now we can start to think about here. I have a feeling that I might have messed this up. We can have dynamite and cogs. What else do we need? We don't need any robot parts. We don't need any of that. We don't need any of that. So we just need dynamite and cogs stored in there. And then let's bring this like that and destroy this. Dynamite and cogs. We will need a water, but it has to be after. Oh man, I think I've messed this up. I think I've messed this up. I've definitely just messed that up. That has to be on the floor. Which means we have to go over here and down here. And our district crossing is going to be here. And then this path will lead to all of the resources that we gather. So the district crossing, you can't cross paths. So the beavers delivering things to the district crossing will come out of here, deliver the resource to the crossing, and then the other beavers working on this district crossing will take the resources, come over this bridge and put the dynamite and cogs and everything else that we need in these buildings. And the bits that we need are stuff that will not be locally stored in the district, like the logs, the planks, the treated planks, and all of the stuff that we need, and metal. we don't need that because it'll be handled with the district. So this should only have things, storage for food that's not going to be planted here, or we're not going to be making dynamite here, or we're not going to be making cogs here, so we need those two facilities there. We also need things like extract, and because that's not going to be produced here either. And we're going to put that in a large vat that's going to sit here. So that's going to have extract in it. It just makes the border crossing so much quicker to do. Do you know what? That's not going to have extract in it. That's going to have emergency water in it. And then we're going to have another one over here that's going to have extract in it. Could I do it? Okay, change of plan. This will have the extract in it. And then this one here is going to have the water in it, emergency water. That works. Cogs, dynamite, extract, water. Oh, that's not going to work there because the district crossing. Okay. How many is that? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we need to blow this out here. And we'll quite simply just put this up here. Okay. Now, these guys have so nearly done this. Which is great. Let's blow this now. We don't need that. We don't need that. And then we'll just connect this path through there. Okay, this is looking good. And they are slowly building this. Just because they're doing one, then one, then one, then one. But I need that to block the water off. In fact, talking about that water, we do need to work out a way to get it from this new reservoir across to here. I'm quite tempted to do something fancy. I'm quite tempted to do something silly and something fancy. What do you think? Should we go over the top stupid? I don't see why not. We could be boring and create a singular passageway that comes through. But I don't do anything simple. I don't do anything simple. We're gonna build something silly. And we're gonna do it from I want it to. Okay, this is what we're going to do. This is silly. This is silly design. We are going to create a waterfall that pops out of this in these places. And the way we're going to do it is by having a lot of metal. Oh, this is so silly on a permadeath series as well. Crazy, pointless, over-engineered nonsense. Okay, we're going to make you a 2, and we're going to come across here. How much do I need to do? I need 1, 2, I need 3. I need that, and then this, this, and this, and then this and this. We're going to make this metal, and then our water needs to be delivered kind of in the center through there, and that's going to come up to there like that. And then I'm going to put another, I'm going to put another level, so then we can build on top of this across. So then I need this. And then I'm going to need I don't think that's right. I think that needs to be 2. And then we want to go this way and this way, and that will come across there, and it looks like we will be in line with that corner. Yeah, there. So I only need another 1. That comes across there. Okay, then we can build this. I can build that. And then don't forget the metal plate, otherwise it will leak like a sieve. And then I'm going to want to cap it off. And again, just put a lid on it. Did I do that right? I might have done that wrong. I did that wrong. Okay. We need to build this here. There we go. And then those 3 there, and then we're going to cap this off. And build that across there. And then we're going to go even more silly by putting dams in these holes, because that looks good. And then on top we're going to have that. And then we need to waterproof this off and put more appropriately sized then we won't cap that one off. Right, now this needs to drive into the dirt. It's going to go this way. Waterproof that. And then this needs to be waterproofed as well. Okay. Now we need to create an underground water tunnel. This is ridiculous. This is just an example of one of my really crazy, stupid builds. But it will be satisfying if it works. Right, where is my reservoir? Okay. I think I'm under it. Did I get under that? I think I did. I think I might be one in. Oh, I did, look, I nailed it. I actually want it. I do need to blow those out, but I want... This does need to be blown out because it will give me the base, and then I can put the levee in there. Oh, that was perfect. That's exactly where I wanted it to come up. That's crazy. Okay. Now we just need to work out how they're going to build it. Now that plan's in place, I'm going to need them to... Oh, where am I? I need them to step down. I need to destroy this. And I need to destroy this. And then I need them to step down into here. And now they're going to be able to build all of that. Let's also make it a little bit easier for them to get down onto that bit. They'll be able to blow that out. That's going to be crazy when it's done. That's going to look so good. Totally pointless, but it's definitely a way to... I have just thought, actually, those probably shouldn't be dams. Those probably should be levees. Oh God, but the dams are going to look so good. The dams will look so good. How high are they? I do think that they are going to be underwater. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep these. I think they go underwater. I think that might actually work out quite good for us. I don't know how that's going to work, those dams. I'm going to leave it, and we will see what that does. We'll see what that does. Okay, that's good. I'll blow that one out. Oh, these two are done. And we can build the stairs down. Like so. Okay. This is going to need irrigation, isn't it? Oh, I didn't think about that. This is going to need irrigation, but we can bring that off. We can... It would need a lot of water in there before it actually started, but there are ways I can fix that later on. I could bring a... Okay. What I'm thinking is we need water up here for the trees, and it's going to take a while for this to fill. Water will come out of here first and go into these. And what I can do is I can build kind of like a drainage, just one of these. What I might do is I might take this one and we can use one of these to take water over here without creating a water pump for it. I want to kind of avoid that. So we're gonna 1, 3. No. I just need 1, 3. And then oops. I think what I'm going to end up doing on this is building a tour video eventually, because it is kind of getting to that stage where I could just do a video touring the colony and how we've got it. It'd be good if we could irrigate all of this land up here too. That would just make sense that we would do that. Yeah, so we could come across here. Okay. We're going to come across, oops. We're going to come across here. And then we're going to blow I can be careful later on. We're going to blow this out here. 1, and then we can blow underneath that. And then this needs a block. And then we only need 1. And then we're going to put a levee, not a levee, a sluice in here. Oops. We'll put a sluice in there, like that. I'm going to make this a little bit silly here as well. Well, why would I do that? I don't need to do that, that is over the top silly. That's got to be like that. This has to be like that. This is wood all the way to there. Here, here. Like this. And that will blow that channel out, and that will deliver water here, which we need to then start a dynamite trail through here. It's going to go through here. And then it's going to go to there. Okay, that works. And then this will be set to the bottom when it's ready to go. So that's going to create an irrigation for this farmland or whatever's going on here. I think in the future we are going to have an issue with this, because I'm going to blow this out all the way to the bottom, and we're going to have to create sluice gates further down. And when you've got a reservoir full of water, we've seen what happens on that on a previous episode when I start using dynamite and I end up losing all of my water. But this project is so huge, it's going to take them so long to do. It's kind of like a end game sort of thing going on here. They're slowly doing something with it. Are they actually? It's too far away. Is that one off? It shouldn't be too far away. Oh. There we go. There's no path to it. That's why. Let's put the footpath in. There we go. Now they'll do it. Okay. Making their way over. I'm not sure how they're making their way over on... But they won't, because this is the tube line that takes them there, isn't it? Yeah. Right. How are we doing over here? I mean, they're getting that, they've got that silly dam built. That's funny. And they're making their way over. They're going to get to the dynamite field very shortly. I kind of don't want to blow that first one because that'll look weird. There we go. And they are so close to getting over. Got loads of wood, that's not a problem. And this has all been built here, which is great. And they're building the water things. And very, very, very slowly we are making our way. I'm going to try and speed this up a little bit. Let's force them to build a path down. The dynamite's going to take too long. I've got loads of dynamite factories. I don't know if they're all working or not. No, they're not. They're not. There's 35 jobs that are going, and certainly dynamite isn't, well, saying that, there's a lot of dynamite here. That important. Let's blow this. And of course that one's not been done. That's funny. Okay. Okay. No beavers around. That is a permadeath mistake. Go down here. Okay, that goes to there, which means we're going to need a sluice or an overflow. This is going to have to be changed to a sluice because it drops down into here. I think we're not going to do either. We're going to create a water path and then carry on the irrigation to there. Okay, and we're going to create a bridge. It's gonna go to there, get some more food, and then we're going to create another bridge across there, and I do like to keep my lines, that's a bit annoying. We're going to create another bridge across to here, and I don't need that one. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Is that? It's not. Let's make that important. Let's blow this out. Should have checked. I did not check if there were any beavers down there. I've got to be so careful with that. Okay, got lucky that time. And then this will be more farmland down here. So we can build that. Ready for that. If I can remember where the houses are. Okay. And we'll put in a very boring crop that is everywhere. Okay. I'm kind of hoping these farmers can get down here, which they should be able to. And I kind of want to make a loop path. Let's delete this, remove all that, and remove all that. And then we can go round. And we can take advantage of this side. And it looks like if I just create a little path down here, we'll be able to take advantage of this side as well. Plant more. Okay. That's good. Some more farmland down there. Yep. Okay. Doing lots of little pieces, lots of little things going on. Got a few mega projects happening. Lots of little projects happening. And they're getting all the dynamite and they're building these bridges. I need to build another train line actually in this area, but that is going to come later. That will come later. How is my mega project is doing something? I probably need to build more. I don't need to build more metal factories because that's the whole point of down here. Do you know what? What we do need to do is create more power. So we're going to work on this as well. This all needs to be blown out. We are going to need loads more power. So that's all the way down here, all the way through here, and that is that path through there. Yeah, that needs blocking off. Where's our turn going to be? Our turn... Okay. We may as well use the natural bend that we already had in this. We just need to do one of those under there. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're going to extend our electricity run. Unfortunately, it comes through there, which isn't ideal. We're going to have to move our path across one. This is going to need 2 on. Am I doing this right? Yeah, I am. This needs that to rest the big wheels on. Then the water will come around here and stop here. And then we need to also get the water out. So we need to blow all of this as well. So up here is going to need 2. And this is because we're going to build a lot of factories and it's going to need a lot of power, which we do not have. 1, 2, 3. How am I going to get up there? That's annoying. Okay. That gets us up there to plant that dynamite. So then we come through here and then we're going to need to keep that water flow going. And eventually we'll block this path off here and it will just flow straight out of there, which will be great. We could create, well, we are going to create, I mean, we may as well, power wheels going back the opposite way. We could set that up now. So we need one there. Oh, not there, one there, one there. And this is where our other large power wheels are going to sit on the other bank. This one, got one here. Okay, can't do that one. Can do that one. Got that one. Okay, and we can probably actually build some of those now. They're going to go in there. Got 3 in. Nothing on that side. So there we go. That's going to create our water flow is going to come this way, go round a bend, it's going to come back this way, go round a bend, and it's going to come back this way and then flow out. So we're going to triple our power. Because look, we are supplying 9,600 and that keeps hitting 9,000. And that's before we've got all of these working. It's because these pumps are very power hungry, and when I built these 6, they're 700 each. I'm not going to do the math. Just embarrass myself. Do it for me, put it in the comments. 6 times 700. Okay. They've made it across to here, which means they're going to start, we can get more steel out, which isn't a bad thing. What we could do here is we could build storage areas of, here we're going to have scrap metal. We're going to put the scrap metal in there. Would make sense. And then we could build a platform there like that. And we could have more scrap metal this side. We are going to create a path through here. And then I think this is, I'm going to create a loop, a train loop around here, so we could use these paths and build on top of them. Lots of stuff to do. But we need to get this district built. So on day 55, no sign of drought yet. We have a food problem, and we do have a food problem. I haven't really addressed it. I'm kind of tinkering with the problem down here. It's not really addressing the bigger issue right now, which is pretty dumb. If it's a bad tide again, all these mangroves will die, and those mangroves are really pulling their weight. You get 4, and they do take 10 days, but you get 4 out of them, which is a lot per plant. Got 23 berries. I mean, they're eating the mangoes. They love the mangoes. Okay. I need to be building fields and food factories. I think I'm going to turn this into farmland up here as well. And we were talking about here for farmland. Oh yeah, that's right. I stopped building this, didn't I? Because I was waiting for them to do that. So let's carry on this. And okay. Man. It's kind of come through at an awkward place. Let's destroy this one. Where's my crop gone? Okay, they did that pretty quickly. I wonder if it'll let me... It will. So I could do that. I could do that. And then I could do that. And then... We've made it. And this is going to be our new district. And so we will end this with a train station here. And, oh, hit the microphone. Sorry about that. I'm going to dynamite this level, is what I'm going to do. I'm going to dynamite it. It just makes it simpler. We'll leave that level. Dynamite this one, go into here, and then we will create our new food district. I'm going to make this into a pond. Would make sense. Does it drop off? It does, it drops off here. So we will put in a sluice for the future. We will set it to 0. Oh, it's quite high. We will set it to 80 and we'll turn it off. Then forget about it. Although I do need to get them there to build it. And I will definitely forget about it. Okay, let's put in a nice bridge. The problem with these nice bridges is you've got to build them from both sides. So we'll need to do that to begin with. There we go. that's that worked out. And then we can build, yeah, we can fill this from the reservoir at the back here. All we need to do is create a line to that, and then got the same problem there as I've got here. I can delete that, but I will not be able to put a sluice in that because there's a sluice right there, and that's horrible. We'll have to wait till it's all gone. It's all gone down. Okay. Once these guys are clear, we're going to detonate this. Go. Satisfying. That was great. It's not leaking out of any underground tunnels anywhere that I didn't check for. And that was so unlucky. So unlucky I did that. What are you? Okay. Probably a mistake. Do this. And do this. And I believe this reservoir is pretty much ground level now. So we're not getting any more out of this. Oh, careful. I was about to blow that. And that's got 2. And then we're just going to create a staircase down to the bottom. Good. That's pretty good. How are they doing the other side? Not as good. I don't like that side. That side traumatized me. I don't think I got them to cut these trees down, did I? I planted them and I didn't make them cut them. And running out of logs. That's probably because they've started to build this. Yeah, they have. So we are running out of logs. Let's make these important. We'll get those logs for free. They're doing pretty good over here. I don't dare blow that up yet, because they're going backwards and forwards across that right now. But this is taking shape. My stupid dam is taking shape. Okay. Oh man. There's lots of little projects to watch. There's lots of little areas to keep an eye on. There's development happening everywhere as we expand out. I've just got to try and have focus for where I want what these colonies to do and where they're going. And I'm struggling a little bit to work out where to go next. But I think that's the end of this episode. We're hitting an hour and a half. And I keep doing that, I apologise. I've got another microphone on my headset and I keep touching this one. We're going to end the episode here. Doesn't look like we've made much progress. I didn't build what I wanted to. But that'll leave for the next one. No drought in sight as of yet, which is good. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and see you soon.